Hey, welcome to Business 101, our asynchronous online course section. I want to welcome you to this semester, and this is our very first welcome introduction video to welcome you to module number 1, as well as the entire course and what to expect this semester. So, I want to dive right in. The first thing we want to cover is just set the expectations of what the rhythm in this class will look like and what to expect, how to earn a grade, what to expect in module 1, all those kinds of things. All right, so what I want to do is show you our homepage, as you can see here. And this is the homepage to our course. And the first thing we want to cover then is just a brief review of the syllabus. So you can see here, if I click on the syllabus link, you can see this is our online version, our online section. And you can see here just basically how to get a hold of me throughout the week, which will be important. If you have any kinds of questions, if you want to sit and chat, I'm happy to meet with you over Zoom or on phone or in person, if that is a possibility. We can meet at my office on the Kentfield campus of College of Marin. There's my email address and the way to get a hold of me, my phone, which is forwarded to my mobile. All right, now you have some boilerplate description of our course, what it's about, what we seek to deliver to you, as well as the required textbook. And as you'll note from my previous announcement, we do have a required textbook in this course, but you may not have to purchase it if you don't want to, because we have the fully scanned PDF version for you to use while you are enrolled in this course. Next, we have probably the most important part of the syllabus for you, at least the first week of class, which is how do I earn an A in this course section. You can see here there are 6 categories of assignments in this class, and if you do well on each of those, you should get a very good grade in this class. So let's look at them briefly. First of all, there is the weekly end of module quiz. And so every weekly module has a end of module quiz, which simply is there to confirm your understanding of the material in that module. And it's really quite simple. Every quiz is just 5 short answer questions. Shouldn't take you very long to complete at all if you have digested the material in that module. Quite frankly, if you try and skip ahead and just do the quiz without having digested the material, they'll be difficult. But if you go through the video micro lectures, go through the text, should be pretty straightforward. Those only make 10% of your grade, all of them together. And so, if you make a mistake on one quiz, or you sort of blow it on one quiz, it won't really impact your grade at all. The main reason those quizzes exist is so that you'll keep your head in the material from week to week. Next category of a graded assignment is the discussion forum. It's especially important in an asynchronous online class to stay engaged with your classmates in order to really work through the material together. And that's why those discussion forums exist. Every module has a discussion forum for you to participate in. And you can see there your participation is graded not only on your initial post, but also on your subsequent response to one or more of your peers in this course. The other categories, you can see there are lecture response assignments. Those are written assignments that we will assign to you to engage with the material from particular lectures. Those are typically 1-page assignments, relatively brief. But then we have also the second category, we have case studies. Those are significantly longer and will require more analysis and more work on your part. So you can see there that together, lecture response assignments and case studies make up 35% of your grade. That's a pretty significant amount. And so my advice to you right now is make sure in this course throughout the semester that you complete and submit your written assignments. For students who, perhaps in a setting don't turn in your written assignments, man, I got to tell you, that movie does not end well in this class, because you can see it's a pretty significant part of your grade. So please make sure you do your written assignments. And then, of course, there are 2 midterm exams and a final exam, all administered over Canvas. The rest of the syllabus is pretty straightforward. You can see here some detail about each category of assignment. as well as the approximate class schedule. You can see here, each module is intended to be laid out on a weekly basis, some other important dates, and then the rest of the syllabus is, generally speaking, some boilerplate information that's common to most college syllabuses. All right, so that is generally the expectations for this course. What will happen is every week I will release a new module for you to engage with, and then we'll have some time to engage with this material, and then at the end of every week you will have an end of module quiz and a discussion forum to participate in. Now, let me introduce you then to module number 1. And if I click on modules, hopefully you have already gotten into module 0, our welcome and orientation module, as well as complete this very first assignment you see here, just introducing yourself in this discussion thread to myself and the class, so we can get to know each other, and that I can get to know really what are your expectations for this class, how I can help you. And then as we go through this, you can see here is module number 1. And as you can see, every module starts with a Start Here page. This Start Here page will give you essentially the learning objectives for this module. You can see generally what you're supposed to take away from module number 1. So if you finish module 1 and you find out, hey, you know, with this last bullet point, maybe I'm still a little fuzzy on that, then perhaps that's an indicator for you to go back and make sure you get a hold of the material in module 1 and really understand it. From there, what have you got? You've got 8 video micro lectures. What does that mean? Each of those video lectures, I've already recorded the material for you. Each of those videos is relatively short. The first one's only 6 minutes long. Why do I do that? Well, I separate the typical lecture into 8 or more videos just so that they're shorter and easier for you to digest in a single setting, right? And so let me just show you the first video. So here is the first video micro lecture. You can see the embedded video, and you can download the PowerPoint deck that I use in this lecture. Many students find it really useful to download the PowerPoint deck and use it to take notes, to review the content, etc., etc. But if we go into the actual video, you can see here, there's a little bit of introductory music, get you started. That's my music. I've written both the beginning and the ending music, and just to get you in the right mood to listen to me. Hey, welcome to Business 101, Introduction to Business. And you can see here, I'm Tim Watt. Every video also has closed captions. It's my great pleasure to have you in this class, and I hope that... so that's really, what the lectures are about. And of course, because they're all hosted on YouTube, if you so choose, you can also go into settings and increase the playback speed. There are some students, a wonderful time together this term, learning about what business is, what could be your possible role in business, and to equip you with tools and concepts. There are students who learn better by accelerating recorded videos. I invite you to experiment with that and see what works for you, what works best. That's not just so that you can get through the lecture faster, but more so that, at least with some folks, it increases your retention and your comprehension of the video by increasing the playback speed like that. All right, so that's what to expect from pretty much each of the videos. You can see in Module 1, we've got 8 videos. Then a couple of supplemental videos for you to work through that will dive deeper into some of the content. And finally, as I mentioned, at the end of the module, you have an end of module quiz, which is due in a week, as well as the discussion forum, and your participation there is due in a week. And that is module number 1. So now you have sort of an idea what to expect for each of the weekly modules. Now, what are you going to take away from module number 1? Module number 1 is really about an introduction to the class, as well as just sort of introducing the concepts of different economic systems, as well as different levels of competition. So one of the first things we can tell you about this course is that Introduction to Business is about business. What does that mean? That our focus of our attention in this course is on private sector, for-profit businesses. Now, a lot of the things that you'll learn in this class might apply very well to nonprofit organizations or to government agencies. That's certainly true. But the focus primarily is on for-profit private sector businesses. Now, what does that mean? It means that one of the most important equations in business is this: profit equals revenue minus expenses. And that's probably the most fundamental equation in business. And what does that mean? Well, as you'll see in these video micro lectures, it means that profits and revenue are two different things, right? The sales revenue is what you collect from the customer when they pay the retail price, but profit is something else, right? Because the company receives that revenue, but then they have to pay expenses and salaries and pay for the resources and all those kinds of things, right? And after that, what's left over is profit. Now, why is that important? Because if you don't make a profit, you don't get to keep the lights on. Your business doesn't stay in business very long. So we're talking about businesses which are working and struggling to earn a profit. That's one of the most important things. From there, what else we talk about in this module? We talk about two different types of economic systems: the planned market economy versus the free market economy. More on that in the lectures, right? Important differences to distinguish, especially in today's world when we think about international business and dealing with, for instance, companies in other countries like China and Russia, Japan, places where perhaps they have more of a planned economy versus a free market economy, or vice versa, right? What are the advantages and disadvantages of those two different economic systems? We'll also talk about industries where you have different levels of market competition. So for instance, if you are in the market for a computer operating system and you want to run Windows, in that marketplace, there's only one place to get Microsoft Windows, right? You got to buy it from Microsoft eventually, right? No other people sell that product. It's a monopoly, right? Whereas if you decide you want to buy breakfast cereal, well, holy smokes, you've got over 30 different choices in the marketplace, right? Some people like Cheerios, some people want Cocoa Pebbles, some people want Lucky Charms, right? You have lots of different choices, and that has its own set of implications when you have smaller or greater levels of competition in a marketplace for a particular set of products, right? Those are some of the things that you'll see in module number 1. So I invite you this week to dive into module number 1, to introduce yourself to the class, so I can get a little chance to know who you are and what you'd like to get from this class, and then dive into the content, read chapter 1 in the text, and then respond to the end of module quiz and our discussion forum. And as always, if you have any questions about this class and what to expect from week to week, don't hesitate, please, to get a hold of me, either email or phone. Happy to work out a time we can chat and answer any of your questions. Alrighty, so welcome to Business 101. It is a great pleasure to have you in class. I hope we have a great semester together, and we will catch you in a week. Any questions at all, don't hesitate to get a hold of me. It's my delight to have you in class. Take care. Welcome to module number 1.